And what we're going to do is create these pages from scratch with the Flatsome theme. So I'm going to type in about right here, and I want to change the template to the full width option. So I'll select this one. And what we can do is click on the publish button and just click on it again. And once we do, we can turn on the UX builder by clicking on this button. So for the about page, the first thing that we're going to do is put in a title section. So I'm going to click on the plus button here, and I want to add a banner. So I'm going to come into the content, and we can click to add our banner. And this is a banner. You can't see how really large it is because the footer and the banner kind of connect right now. But I want to use this blank one. And unless you want to add a button or something, then we can just click apply. And I can come into the background image and click select media. And I can choose the image that I want to use. So I'm going to select this one right here and click on use. And I can see this bar right here. I can drag this up. And maybe I'll make the height about 300. So you can see that the height right here, you can type it in also. And once I do that, I can rearrange this if I wanted to change the centering, but I'm kind of happy with it just like this. And then what we can do is if you want to add the overlay color, I'm going to come in here and just click on the red and then change the opacity to maybe slightly less transparent like that. And then we can come into the text, double click into it, and open up the text editor. And I'll just come in here and just type in our story. And once I do that, what I can do is change the heading if I wanted to maybe heading 1 and click OK. And then I'll click apply right here and click on update. And then I'm going to add a 2-column row. So I'm going to click on the plus button, and right here I'll click on row, and then I'll choose the 2-column option, and it depends on the width and everything that you want. So it's up to you if you want the 50-50 option. So I'm going to click apply right here. And on the right hand side, I want to add a module. So I'm going to do an image module. So I'll just click on the plus button right here. And in the modules, I will find the image. So I'm going to select this one. And I can click on the image right here. And what I want to do is just select one of these images. And it's going to insert right here. And what we can do is we can change the size over here. So there's a bunch of different options. You can choose however large or small you want it. And you can always drag this to make it larger. So I can do something like 95 or 97%. And then I can add in my text modules over here. So I'm going to click on the plus button and just choose the text module. And I'll go with the paragraph and headline. And then I will click apply right here. And I'll double click in here. And I'm just going to paste in my text. And you can see right here that I typed in some text. And what I did was I changed the first line to heading 2. And I also added the alternative formatting for my text. So this is something that I chose in the Customize tab. So you can see that the heading is made a little different with the text. So that's just something that I did. And we can also add some padding up here. But before we do that, let's add our last section, which is going to be a call to action. So I'm going to click the plus button at the bottom, and I'm going to add a new row. And it's just going to be one column just like this. And then inside this column, what I want to do is I want to add a banner. So I can double click in the middle over here, and I can just choose a banner. So I can click on that, and I'm going to just click apply. And then in the banner, I want to choose my background image. So I'm going to click on select media. And the image that I'm going to select is this one right here. And we can click on use, and I'm going to change the height. So you can always drag the large bar over here. So we can do that if you want. So I'll change it to about 290 or 295. And then what I can do is just come in here and put in my text. So I'm going to paste this in. And I want to change the heading to maybe heading 2. It's a little large, so we'll keep it at heading 3. And you can see if I want to make this all one line, I can drag this out so it doesn't wrap around. And then we can change the text color to black right here also. And what I can also do for this and also for the title is I can save this. So we have our row right here. If I click into this and I want to use this on the contact page, I can save this as a preset. So I can just click into the save and just type in a name. So I'm going to do that here. And I'm also going to do it for the title section. So for this banner, I'm going to come into the options and click on Save as Preset again, and I'll just type in title so we don't have to redo everything when we do the contact page. It's going to make it a lot easier. So now what we can do is we can add some gap here and maybe some gap at the bottom. If you want to do that, we can click to add elements, and I'm going to find the gap, and we'll just do 50 or 30 for now, and I'll just drag this right over here. And you can see it adds a little bit of space, but I want to come back in here and let's do 50 to see how that looks. So a little bit more spacing, and also on the bottom over here, so right in between, we'll add some more gaps. So I'll come in and click on the gap again, and we can always change the spacing after we add it. So you can see that that looks pretty good at 30 right there and 50 right here. So I'm going to click on save, and you can always see what it looks like on different devices right here also. And then this is pretty much the about page, and you can always add some spacing maybe at the bottom. So let's do that. Let's duplicate this, and let's just drag this to the bottom down here. So we'll do it actually at the bottom underneath the row, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to close out of this now. Make sure that you click on the update button to save it, and then we can go and check it out. So we're back on the WordPress dashboard now, and I'm going to click on the view page button. So you can see that this is what we have, and it looks really, really professional, and I'm pretty happy with it. You can always customize it and add some more stuff. What I want to do now is let's go and create a contact page with a contact form. So I'm going to hover over new again and click on page.